everyone. This is Amy from Amy Katz Colors. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, I am going to share with you everything that I packed for our week-long family beach vacation. We just got back from our vacation. Sadly, it is over. I did not do any filming while I was on vacation. I had thought about it, but we were really busy doing so many different things during the week, and it went by really, really fast. But I have not unpacked my bag, and I thought it would be fun to share with you what I packed for this vacation. Right now we're looking at the bag itself, and the bag is from 31. And for those of you who aren't familiar with 31, they've been around for quite some time. They are a direct sales company that works through independent consultants or sellers to provide a family of products that include totes, bags, organizers, purses, and they're really, really cute. I've had this one for a while, so I'm not sure if it's available anymore, but now that I'm talking about it, haven't shopped from them in a while. I'm excited to go back and see what they are kind of offering these days, because I've had this one since, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 years ago. So anyway, I'm gonna kind of unpack it here. And while there are some outer packages or outer pockets, I'm saying packages. I never say the right thing when I'm filming these videos, guys. Sorry. There's some outer pockets. I did not actually use these. So we're going to go through the bag, and then I'll kind of tell you some about my logic for packing what I did this time for this trip. So, all right. So the first thing that you're going to see here on the top, we got this new pencil case from Walmart for my daughter. We love cats, and I thought this was really cute. And she's mostly using her own pencils these days. She's welcome to use mine, but she likes to use hers. So what we put in here, it's mainly Crayola pencils, but then we also slipped in, there is a pencil sharpener, like a cheap Dollar Tree pencil sharpener in the bottom here that we put, and then we also put another pencil sharpener fit in there as well. Let me see if I can reach for it. We started using it since we've been home, so I'm not sure where it went to, but anyway. We had another pencil sharpener, portable pencil sharpener that we put in here as well. So had that. Move that to the side. I did take my 72 count collection of Prismacolors, and that's what's in this case. I recently purchased, actually it was before Amazon Prime Day, but there was a deal that came up for me for Prismacolors on the 132 set, I believe it is. So I went ahead. I have had this set of 72 for a really long time, probably 10 years or more, and so it was time to purchase a bigger set. So I got the 132. I got another case. It looks just like this. It's just bigger. And I'm now kind of using this one for travel, and I'm also allowing other people, like on this trip, we were with family. So we were with my in-laws. It was the 4 of us, my in-laws, my brother-in-law's family, and his 2 children. So I have 2 nieces, and they're 1st and 3rd grade. So they're pretty young. They're in elementary school. I knew that I was going to allow them to use or color if they wanted to anything that I brought with me. So I kind of kept that in mind. So allowed them to use this. My daughter used these too. So I didn't think I was going to be able to do a trip without some type of colored pencil. So we have the colored pencils. We bought this little case I picked up just before the trip, and it is from Target. It is from their school supply seasonal section as a pencil case, and I liked it. It's like a little jelly pencil case, and this is where I stored my, I'm not sure why this one's still in here, but just pens, gel pens. I got one Posca for highlighting, I have Wink of Stella that I put in here as well. So I figure to do any kind of pages, I was going to want at least a few supplies that I could use for accents. So that's what is in here. And I almost always sign my name and date, initials and date on all my pages with just a regular pen. So it works pretty well. So jelly rolls, both the metallic and the glitter. And then the Posca. So that's what's in here. Let's see. So I took books. I had planned this out actually a few months ahead of time. I took books that consisted of a lot of Amazon paper that I knew I was going to want to do some alcohol markers, and the only alcohol markers I own right now are the Ohuhu, and I own 2 sets. One that has the bold primary colors, and then the other that has the pastel. So that's what I took. I took both sets. So Honolulu series, and then the other set has, so these are 48. Also Honolulu. Both of them are 48. One's just the regular color, and then the other is pastel. So, and those take up a good amount of space. And then the rest of the items in here are just the books. So I'm going to go over the books with you real quick. So the Mad Libs, we actually, and then one of the coloring books, we stopped at a local bookstore. Tiny bookstore in a shopping center to pick up a few things, and my daughter loves Mad Libs. She owns a ton of them. We actually didn't bring any with us, so we picked this one up. She didn't have this one, Mad About Animals Mad Libs, so that was fun that we got to stop and do that. I just took a handful of books with me on this trip. And I wanted to keep it simple, and I wanted them to all be some type of summer or beach theme. So I took a Matchstick Mouse, a summer coloring book from Morgan O'Brien. We'll hang on to this real quick. I took Summerween, a spooky summer coloring book from Happy Dish Coloring. And then a few months ago, I had watched flip-throughs of every single Camellia Angel-Cova book, trying to figure out what I want. So Camellia Angel-Cova is a new to me illustrator artist this year, as I've gotten back into kind of coloring big time. And I loved the illustrations. I love the books, and I was like, I'd bought one initially for the first one we ever got was for my daughter's Easter basket, and it's the 50 Easter images, or Easter miniatures. So I looked through all the flip throughs on YouTube and narrowed it down to 3 that I was like, oh yeah, I'm buying these specifically for this trip. They're relatively inexpensive. They're simple enough to color, and I will allow, because there's so many of them in here, I was going to allow, family members, nieces, and my daughter to also have fun and color in them as well. And that it'd be like a good memory of the trip, is that, we all got to color in them. So the first one that I bought for that purpose is 50 Diminutive Seaside Scenes, which is really on theme, has a lot of the lighthouses. And so we traveled by car, and that kind of dictated, the size of the bag that I could take and the amount of supplies that I could take. If you're doing air travel, unless you're going to pack a bag, there's typically, when I fly, I don't take a ton of supplies. I take even less than this, guys, normally for those type of trips. But this is a road trip. It's about a 4-hour car drive without stopping. So we were coastal North Carolina, like Outer Banks area, and so they're known for their lighthouses, and a lot of the scenes in here really kind of matched pretty well with the trip that we're taking, or the trip that we took. So that made a whole lot of sense. The second Camellia Angel-Cova book that I selected no-brainer was the 50 Vacation Miniatures. This one has a ton of cute images. Like, I wanted to color like every single page in this book. So we took this one, and then the last but not least, I selected, because it's super cute, 50 Ocean Miniatures. I'd seen so many people complete pages in this book, and I really love it. So I took that. And that actually, so those 5 books, the 3 Camellia Angel Cova, and then the Summerween and the Matchstick Mouse, that's really all I took with me in terms of coloring books. And then I took this guy with me, and I didn't actually do it this trip, but I have done it in the past, which is not a coloring book, but it's Paint Doku. And so if you're familiar with like Sudoku, this book has basically Sudoku puzzles that when they're completed make an image. And I love doing these. They're so much fun. And you have to use some logic. It's like a logic puzzle to solve these and then complete the puzzle. But yeah, they're so much fun. I've not talked about these yet on the channel, but I only own this one book. It's pretty big. There's a ton of them in here that I haven't done. And there's bigger ones towards the back. And then there's some that I started and like had to start erasing because I messed up and I didn't finish them. Like these 2 were pretty hard, and there's something that I missed. But these are really cool. Did not get to that on this trip though. So that's Paint Doku puzzle. And then I knew that I was going to do this. We went to that small bookstore, as I said, just kind of to look around. And although it was a tiny shop, they had some really cute, well thought out selection of items, including some like local reads, some things that made sense around, seaside, pirates, that sort of thing, some local cookbooks, but they did have a small selection of coloring books, and so I wanted to pick one up on this trip. And so they had some that I already own, and actually one that I purchased from there last year. That was a Sea Life book from Coloring Haven. But this I did not own, and it's Simple 1, 2, 3 Ocean Treasures Color and Frame, featuring 31 beautiful coloring pages. And I flipped through it really quick, and I was like, this is actually pretty cute and something that I could see myself coloring in. It's from New Seasons. Since it was, it wasn't the end of our trip, but it was in the middle of the week that I purchased it. I did not color in it on this trip, but my daughter did. I do like that it's spiral bound and that you can tear them out if you wanted to. But there's some different things in here, and they're really cute. And I definitely will color in it. And it's a shame that I didn't get to starting one. I had already kind of planned out everything that I wanted to color. So it's a shame that I didn't get to it this trip, but it'll definitely be coming with me on a future trip. Here, there's the one from my daughter. I will see if I can edit that out. I will put the finished page from her up on the screen without her personal information. But Ocean Treasures Color and Frame. So this is a really cute book. Now I say that I'll bring it next time, and I really need to make sure that I do. I also said that about the book that I bought last year, the Sea Life, and then I neglected to bring it on this trip. So, but yeah, I'm going to show my completed pages here at the end. I'll kind of patch that separate video together with this one so that you can see everything that I was able to color. All right. Oh, just before I forget to show you the rest of the bag, the empty bag, now that I've taken some stuff out. This is the empty bag from the bookshop. There is like one pocket on the inside here. I have a couple pencil, a pen, and some lip gloss that I put in there. The pencil to do that Paint Doku book if I got to it. On the outer side, this is the back. It doesn't have any pouches, but there are some side pouches. So there's some candy that we had picked up. This is a Go Fish card game that I bought from Target like a long time ago. That's on that side. There's a pouch with pens on this side. And then the front of the bag had these two open pockets, as I showed at the beginning of the video. I didn't actually put anything in there this time, but there's pockets there as well if you needed to use those. So it's a really cute bag, and I think it kind of made sense for what I was traveling with and the amount that I had, and as a coloring bag. And then it's quite colorful itself. The pattern is really nice, so I really like this bag. Okay, and so for the last part of this video, I just wanted to share the completed pages for our vacation beach trip. Of course, I had, you know, all these grandiose plans that, you know, I was going to color a lot more than I actually did. I figure I completed about 1.5 pages per day. I do have one whip in here that I need to finish today, but I am pretty pleased. I mean, it was my goal, first of all, to color at least one page in all 5 of the books that I brought, but I would have loved to have colored so much more. And of course, you know, there's a lot of other things to be done while on vacation with family. We had a lot planned out, a lot of time spent at the beach, in the pool, in the hot tub. Lots of games. We play a lot of board games. We had a game themed country western Clue in game day that took up some of the time. We went for nice walks on the beach and just walks in general. So I'm happy that I at least got 1 page done per day. So the other thing I forgot to mention that I packed in the bag, I took scrap pieces of paper to use for protectors for any bleed through, since I knew that we had the alcohol markers. So I took quite a few pieces of scrap paper as well to put in there. And I actually, one of the days I started coloring with the alcohol markers and I completely forgot to put the protector down, and so I did have a little boo-boo there where I messed up one of the pages. I'm going to try to recover it and see if I can just use darker colors to help salvage the image that was ruined. And I was really sad about it because it was one of my favorite pieces or favorite pages. This is the other pencil sharpener that fit inside the cat pencil case that I was showing earlier. All right, so I'm going to start with the picture that my daughter colored from the book that we purchased while on vacation, and it was this one here, dolphin page, and that was from the, hold on, let me grab it again, the Ocean Treasures color and frame. So this was the one that she did. And we just shared books on this trip. It was just these 5 books that I brought, the one that I purchased, and then my daughter colored in. My daughter and my niece colored in a bunch of the other pages. So from Summerween, I completed this page of the cute vampire monster on a surfboard from start to finish. And then this next one was a whip that I finished at the beach. So I had pretty much finished this one, and then I just needed to do a little bit of colored pencil shading and then a little bit of a background. So I finished that one on the trip. From Matchstick Mouse, I only did one, and it was one that I kind of knew that I wanted to do with the beach theme, with Matchstick Mouse eating her strawberry chip ice cream along with the other critters at the beach. I really like how that one turned out. From 50 Ocean Miniatures, I only completed 1 page, and this is my favorite. No, this is not. Sorry, it's in the vacation. Just kidding. This was for the Camellia Angel Cova Prompt 2024 from one of the hashtags going on, sorry, brain fart, Instagram for door for prompt number 12, coloring biker mama. And it's this one, and it's quite plainly a very large underwater door. From the moment I started to lay down color on this page, I did not like it. I think that I didn't have the colors swatched out on this type of paper, so all I had to go by was the swatches, the swatch card that came with the Ohuhu markers. And then I started later on, when I wised up, I did start using my scrap paper to test some of the colors, but I didn't like my color selection. In the end, once I kind of balanced out the color palette that I did use, I think it turned out okay. It may not show up on camera really well. I like the shading, the little bit of shading that I did kind of helped it. I used some Jelly Roll gel pen here with the sparkle on the key, and I think it looks okay now, but I'm glad that I pushed myself to finish it because I just did not like it. This was the page that I forgot when I first started doing it to put the protector underneath, and I ruined this page. And I was so sad because this is like my favorite page. And the reason why I didn't do this one was because I tried not to color my favorite page first because I want to get better at my skill and technique and then kind of work towards, you know, getting in my favorite page. Because it's tea time with the two little fishies. And this is just a gorgeous page. And so I am going to try to do it sooner rather than later. And I'm going to try to see if I can save it. It is going to mean that I'll probably have to use some darker colors here. For the bubbles, I can probably cover that up with like an acrylic paint pen first and then go in, or acrylic paint, and then color over top of it. That was my plan. I'm gonna try the same thing here. To what degree of success that'll be, I don't know. And then I could just kind of go in the background and just do blue for the water and try to really focus in on doing a pretty heavy background so that maybe that doesn't show up as much. But yeah, this made me so sad, so I'm gonna try to see if I can fix it. It only bled onto this page. So that was 50 ocean miniatures. From 50 vacation miniatures, this had my favorite page, which is the goldfish sitting in a margarita glass. I did some glitter with the Wink of Stella. Hopefully you can see that. Now, the Wink of Stella was really hard to control, and it wrinkled the page. It looks okay here and here, but right here it was way too much and it wrinkled quite a bit. And then it ended up bleeding. Let me cover this up. And then it ended up bleeding on the page that my daughter did, which she was really mad at me for right here because it was so heavy. So I started going over it with the Posca and the white Jelly Roll pen to like minimize the damage, and I think I just need to do that one more time with maybe like the acrylic paint to fix that, and then it'll be okay. Now, the one thing that I do anticipate happening, and I told her, is that with the black Ohuhu alcohol marker, I have noticed from the other page that I did in Ocean Miniatures that is probably going to yellow this spot right here. But that was the only place that I used the black. So, yep, this is all alcohol markers. I actually decided not to do any shading here. I used the Posca pen to do a little bit of highlighting, and like I said, the Wink of Stella. And I think the Wink of Stella looks great. It's just that it came out really, really heavy right here. So it was hard. Like once it's down, you can't really wipe it away. So it's hard to control. But I love this. This was my favorite from the trip. I have one more in here. That's my whip that I started on, I think, the last full day that we had. I used a color palette that I found, again, I think on Instagram, for beach or ocean palette, and I recognize it also kind of looks like American red, white, blue 4th of July, but it's also could be considered nautical colors. So I started this one and I need to finish it. I'm pretty close. And then I'll come back in with some shading, but I really like this page. I think it's super cute. So that's the whip. And then in 50 Diminutive Seaside Scenes, I completed 2 pages. The first that I did on the very first day that we got to the beach was the lighthouse. And I like how it turned out okay. Had I had access to, I think, a few more things like acrylic paints and either that or the distress inks, I would have done more with the background here. But I just left it as is. After I colored it, I think it's perfectly fine because I like having the color, but I realized that these are actually like succulents. So I think in reality, and it doesn't matter, it's not like some of these things are real, right? It probably would have been a green with some hints of purple and pink, but anyway, I still like it and I think it turned out great. This actually looks like one of the lighthouses that's in North Carolina. It just doesn't have as many stripes, and I believe that's the Bodie Island lighthouse that has the horizontal black and white. The other one that I completed was the This Book Belongs To page at the front. And I really like how this turned out. I just used the alcohol marker, Jelly Roll gel pen on the lettering. And then this is also the pink here for the circle is also gel pen. You can't really tell any different between that and the alcohol marker. And then I went in and did a little bit of shading here on the palm trees and in the water on the bushes. So, but I really like this. And this one did not take me very long to do at all. That was a quick color. So I like that one. All right, so I think that's it. Those are all the pages. And actually it ended up being, we were there for 6 days. We came back a day earlier than we had to, just because in order to check out and get out and drive, you'd be stuck in a lot of traffic. Also, you have to wake up pretty early to do that. So we left the afternoon before. So it ended up being like really 6 days that we were there at the beach. And so, like I said, I'm happy. I, of course, wish that I could have colored like a ton more, but I think for all that we did and the time that was spent and enjoying the time with family and all the other activities, eating ice cream every day, and all the stuff, that it was pretty nice to at least get 1 page done a day, 1.5 pages done a day. So anyway, guys, that's it for my vacation bag and vacation coloring. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.